I really like working in startups. You have that entrepreneurial spirit. Things are always moving really fast, and because typically you're working in such a small team, there's always a lot to do. So it's a really good way to diversify your skills, learn bits about different things, so that when it comes to needing to use those skills in the future, then you have at least some experience there. Starting an app is a long process. It doesn't really have an end. But it's really good fun, and so you're always speaking with different types of people. You're speaking with developers, designers, maybe you're a developer or designer yourself, but then you're speaking with maybe the founder or the investors or the users or the customers or whatever. There's a ton of different people to speak to, and so you need to at least be able to understand and speak the language of different people. You don't necessarily have to code, but you need to be able to speak to developers, and so you just need to have a diverse way of speaking and communicating so you can get your ideas across. It's really hard work. It's kind of an ongoing thing, and there's always ways you can improve it. So it's fulfilling, but there's not an end that you reach. I usually focus on the growth side of things. So that goes from product marketing, improving the product itself, to acquisition, to retention. Right now, I'm really enjoying the acquisition side of things. We've been doing some really fun stuff, been doing some good work with influencers. I do think influence marketing is a great place to start. It's not for everybody, but it's a really good way to get your first cohort of users through the app, and it then means you can analyze how they're using it, how they're behaving, whether they like it at all. It's a good way of getting people through the front door so that you can analyze how they behave and then optimize the product to suit that better. So influencer marketing is such a huge opportunity right now because it's still relatively new. There's still people that are dubious, still people in the mainstream who don't use it so much. So it's still a really big opportunity that startups, entrepreneurs, whoever, marketers can really make the most of. It's also such a huge opportunity because it's a whole shift in the way we as consumers see celebrities and see influential people. Influential people or celebrities used to be these people on a pedestal who you never really knew very well. Maybe it's, let's say, Marilyn Monroe. You would see her every now and then on TV or whatever, but that was it. Whereas now you're seeing them waking up and eating stupid food every day or whatever it is, and you really feel like you know them and you're on a level with them. So I think the most important thing, and something I see that's overlooked a lot when brands are working with influencers, is they don't work to develop a proper relationship with the influencer. There are tons of agencies now, and some do a great job, where the brand will put up 10 grand, or they'll put up a budget, and the influencer agency will just go and spend it all. Or they'll just say to influencer X, hey, here's some money, can you just talk about my product? It's the worst thing you could possibly do. The influencers' fans know exactly what's going on. They know when they're advertising a product. They're not stupid. If they're advertising a product and they don't really believe in it and they don't really care about you as a brand, it's going to be so obvious, and then you're just wasting your money. The word influencer is most interesting because of the word influence, and they do have a very strong influence over their fans very often. So make sure that the product is aligned to the influencer, their brands are both aligned, and they really do love the product. Then build a relationship with the influencer themselves, so they actually give a fuck about what you're doing. The interesting thing about influencers, there's often a community of influencers who kind of own a platform. So there's a community of Viners, there's some people who completely kill it on Instagram, there's now rising storytellers on Snapchat, there are people who really get on YouTube. And so if you can get a storyteller who's really good on that platform, then that's great. But that's not to say that those influencers can't cross-promote through different platforms and stuff like that at all. There are two main ways you can contact these influencers. One is to go direct and try and find a personal contact, and the other is through managers or agencies. So the first is really good because you can develop that personal relationship, speak to them directly. The only problem is with it, it's not very scalable, it takes a long time, and lots of people just don't respond because they get tons of these messages every day. So in that case, working with a good manager or a good agent is a really good way of going around that, as long as they don't go crazy with their markup and you're not getting charged a ton of cash for it. So I think as marketing goes more and more digital, it's more and more trackable. And so I can attribute every impression or every new user, for example, to exactly what channel and what campaign I ran. So, and we see that across the board, in all kind of products and all marketing. So I think the rise of performance marketing is going to be really interesting. I still see a benefit to branded content or just general brand awareness, absolutely. But I think performance marketing is really big because it means that marketers can actually track how effective their campaigns are. So I think it's going to be more and more performance-based.